Write an equation in point-slope form and slope-intercept form for each line. Okay, there's two different forms that for a line that they are presenting here. Point-slope form is y minus y sub 1 equals m times x minus x sub 1. The slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. So we're going to write an equation in point-slope form, and then we're going to use that to get the slope-intercept form. So this is considered x1 and y1. For point-slope form, the y and the x that don't have a subscript, those stay in your answer. So for this one, you really don't even need the parentheses around the first set. So you've got y. Now think of this as the opposite of the y they give you. So the opposite of 0 is just 0. There's no opposite really for 0. Equals slope. That's 2 for m. M is the slope. And then x, and the opposite of the x they gave you. The opposite of negative 4 is positive 4. Okay, so that is the equation in point-slope form. And now you use that to get slope-intercept form. So I'm going to write this down. Plus 0 just means it's not there. Equals 2 parentheses x plus 4. So I've got y equals 2 times x is 2x. And 2 times 4 is positive 8. So that's the same equation in a different form, the y-intercept form. Okay, so for this one, I have x sub 1 and y sub 1. And remember, this is m. So I've got y, and the opposite of the y they give you, the opposite of negative 1 is positive 1 equals m is your slope, 1/2. And x, the opposite of the x they give you, the opposite of negative 2 is positive 2. So that is the point-slope form. And I'm going to use that to get my slope-intercept form. So I have to copy it down so I can work with it. Okay, so you got to get rid of parentheses first. So half of x is just 1/2 x. And half of positive 2 is positive 1. To get y by itself, we have to subtract 1 from both sides. So bring down your y. Opposites cancel, equals 1/2 x. And then 1 take away 1 is 0, so those cancel as well. So this equation in slope-intercept form is y equals 1/2 x. The next one, this is x sub 1, y sub 1. The slope, I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. Let's just go ahead. I think that's a typing mistake. Let's just call it a slope of 2. We'll call that m. Okay, so y and the opposite of the y they give you. The opposite of negative 6 is positive 6 equals m, your slope, which is 2, times x, and the opposite of the x they give you. The opposite of positive 3 is negative 3. That is the point-slope form. And then I'm going to use that to get to the slope-intercept form. So leave the y plus 6 alone for now, equals 2 times x is 2x. 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. You have to subtract 6 from both sides to get y by itself. So the 6's cancel, equals 2x. And a negative 6 plus a negative 6 is a negative 12. So that's the slope-intercept form, the information they gave us. Next one, we have x sub 1, y sub 1, and the slope. So y and the opposite of the y they gave you, the opposite of negative 3 is positive 3, equals your slope is negative 2. And then you have x, and the opposite of the x they gave you, the opposite of negative 4 is positive 4. So that's the point-slope form. I'm going to use that to get my slope-intercept form. So leave the y plus 3 alone for now. Negative 2 times x is negative 2x. Negative 2 times 4 is negative 8. Subtract 3 from both sides. So y, the opposites cancel, equals negative 2x. Negative 8 and a negative 3 is a negative 11. So y equals negative 2x minus 11.